Okay, we're at the trailhead. Got some horse campers behind us. Made the haul from Washington, or Spokane, Washington, over to Cascades. 4-hour drive. Stop for gas, lunch. Here's the pack. Weighed at the gym without putting water in it, and it was at 73 pounds and change. Maybe 74, I don't remember, but over 70 pounds. So plus water, we're gonna probably push 80. So got almost a gallon of water in there, plus the bow. It is raining. We knew it was gonna be raining. It's gonna be wet, so we're gonna try to stick to the trail as much as possible. Get up pretty high tonight. We'll probably lose daylight, so I got the headlamps in the pack. Just took a shot just to make sure the bow is on. Always do that after travel, even if you're driving, just for confidence. It's good to shoot your bow. Just wax the string. Waiting on my partner in crime. He's getting his stuff together. Boots are on. I'm gonna probably do a 3-hour hike, gain 2,000 feet. I'll hopefully get up to a lake where we can glass in the morning. A lot of times when it rains, and then you know it's gonna be hot the next day, first couple hours in the morning, you're gonna be socked in pretty good as the moisture dissipates. And so glassing could be tough. I'm anticipating tough glassing conditions. We are looking for bear, but we are scouting for elk primarily. We're looking for bulls. Obviously, that'd be nice to see actual elk or bulls or a group of cows and calves. Find some areas where maybe they rutted last year or years prior. You know how elk consistently rut in similar areas. Check out the pressure. There's a lot of people here. You get that when you hunt the west side of Washington. It's real close to Seattle. It's a densely populated area, but enough talking. I got to get going, get this pack going. So get that permit filled out. You keep a copy for yourself. You put the other copy in. Pretty much protocol for any wilderness. We're going 2 nights. So yeah, required. I don't know if you can tell with that lens, but that's fresh elk doo-doo. So we are in elk country, and that makes me happy because that's our #1 mission right now. It's mainly elk scouting. Well, we made it almost to where we wanted to get. The trail was not marked. We kind of had to bushwhack. I kind of got this one-man tent action going on, and all my gear's pretty wet, even my sleeping bag, but that's okay because I'm about to eat a mountain house, which is like the greatest thing when you're in the backcountry. It can just lift your spirits. So, and then I'm gonna have some hot water with it as well. So it looks like there's gonna be water up here, which is good because I'm already gonna be low. And as far as all my gear, there's a lot of it that's wet, so I'm not gonna be able to just pack up and go in the morning. So we're probably gonna just see if we can glass from here or hike up a little ways, half mile, and glass in the morning. It's really hard to glass when it rains all night, you know, because that steam's gonna be everywhere, and so visibility will probably be pretty bad. So it could be a sleep-in morning for all we care, and then if the sun peeks out, we could really dry out some gear. But gonna have a mountain house, gonna get situated. Josh is sleeping in a bivy sack, and he's got a tarp, and I'm in this Easton tent with a wet sleeping bag. It's gonna be an awesome night, and it's awesome to be up here. So stay tuned for tomorrow morning. Some bullshit going on around here. Can't even believe the amount of sign in here.
There's more too. This is not a horse trail, this is a game trail. Tell me I'm not gonna be here, set up, ready to thwack. Oh yeah, here's another older rub. And then this is actually an older rub too. That tree's rubbed. I'm here to tell you, this place gets pretty exciting late September. Okay, I just pumped some water out of the spring. Heading back to base camp. We are in wilderness of Washington State. Kind of reminds me of North Idaho. It's pretty thick. There's a ton of bear grass, dark timber. I've said it before, but I've seen over 50 rubs today. Old, but not that old, like last year's. Spotted one cow, one calf. Kind of got to know the lay of the land. Not too far as the crow flies is some pretty popular places, is what I'll say. Pretty popular trails, renowned in the Cascades, as well as some other parks. It's not that hard to figure out where I'm at, but I've never hunted here. What do you know? I mean, they're literally everywhere. So the fact that we saw elk, came up on a ridge that was covered in elk crap, smelled like elk, mainly cows. The cows are here, the bulls will be here. I bet the bulls are probably in their own little dark holes doing what bulls do, bachelored up. Actually, about now, around mid-August, their velvet's coming off, daylight's dwindling. As far as their photo sensory, they're just testosterone increasing. They probably don't like each other as much. They're posturing, and the rut's around the corner. So we got pretty lucky. We found a trail that has not been maintained. I mean, there's not a lot of horse people through here. I did see 8 horses today, but they were all on a very popular trail that we glassed a long ways away. They weren't coming this way. Nobody's coming this way. So pretty cool. It's not really friendly to glassing, but we found the tracks, we found the scat, we found the rubs, and we saw an elk. That's about as good as you can get for a bonsai scout mission in country you've never been in before. I'm just trying to get to know the lay of the land. It's got a lot of folds, a lot of benches, a lot of shelves, water in some good spots, and some springs that are on the maps that are, like you just saw, still going good. And so I'm gonna head back to camp and probably just lay low and stay one more night on the mountain just because we love it. Okay, so we left the truck about 45 minutes ago. The reason why we picked this particular trail is we're obviously in the Cascades. You're near Seattle and Vancouver, and so there's a lot of people density wise, a lot of just day hikers too and backpackers. We picked this trail because this road is really rough, and it gained us about 3,200 feet from the bottom, which was nice. And we noticed that as soon as you got out of the truck, hit the trailhead, it was nothing but 1,200 feet up, and then it gets you on top of this ridge where really there's nothing that sexy. It doesn't take you to a lake, a cool little camping spot. It just keeps you on the ridge, and we can just beat feet back in here about 4 or 5 miles and get to where the good elk area is. And if you look on maps, whether you're from a Forest Service road or from the Highway 12, it's about as far as you can get either way. So there's several trails to get into this elk area, but elk like where people aren't, and this is the furthest way to get there. So that's why we picked this particular spot. But we did about, this is 1,200 feet in 45 minutes, which is awesome. And what I'm using is just this little day pack. That's the top part of the Mystery Ranch 6500 or the Metcalf. And so obviously this is like your top part, but underneath here, you can pull out these backpack straps. And so I just have bare minimums. I'm waiting for Josh. He's got a little heavier pack, and the tables turned because yesterday I had a 74-pound pack before I put my cameras and water in there. So I know I was in the mid 80s, and he had to wait for me all day just to get into base camp. It was brutal. I'm actually really sore from it. I carried way too much gear, everything but the kitchen sink, two of everything, way too many extra batteries and all these cameras and stuff, and really didn't even use that stuff. It was raining a lot of the time, but really successful scouting trip over there, beautiful country, and really good elk sign. Well, we went over all that already, so going into a new area, this area, without giving away too much, basically has been in years past a spiker cow only for the particular tag we have, and this year's the first year they've opened up to branch antlered. So we're here, we got to go check it out, and I need to get back to my house in time to watch my daughter so my wife can go to work. So we're hauling butt, super light pack, able to cover, I mean, 1,200 feet in 45 minutes. That's legit. Now we're on top, and we're just gonna cruise this ridge and go check out some of this elk country. It's absolutely gorgeous. If you've never been to the Cascades, north or south, it's whether you're in Oregon or Washington, you at least go check out the Pacific Crest Trail. But we're gonna go check out this country and bring you guys along.